I mean, I don't think they would pull like maybe a Sonic Lost World or a Sonic Color story, because I don't know what Sonic fans remember. Even if you don't play the newer games, the Sonic fans remember, like every person I go up to, I ask, "What's your favorite Sonic game?" The one with that other hedgehog in it. You know?
Yeah, Shadow. SA2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much SA2.
It's the one everyone remembers.
I mean, it's one of the most critically acclaimed Sonic games, you know.
Oh, yeah!
Connecting to the internet!
No one makes a fool out of me! Get a load of this! There's only one real Sonic!
Hey guys, this is Wrecked for the True Sonic Spirit channel, and I'm back after a small hiatus. Today, I want to talk about Sonic's future. Actually, I want to talk about something the series needs to truly start its recovery towards a good future. No, it's not the Time Stones. You probably expect me to say that Sonic needs a good game, which would be a good start, but a good game is a standard developers always aim for, and as I previously mentioned in another video, being good isn't a specific recipe that can be followed, since the fun factors of the game increase and decrease in effectiveness depending on the context they're part of. Allow me to be more precise than just saying good game. It's a good term in general, but it doesn't tackle the series' current issue on its own. What Sonic needs is a good ambassador game. What does that mean? A good ambassador game is a game that will promote the series by attracting new customers to the series' content, yet still remain familiar to the pre-existing crowd. Do all games have to be ambassador games? Not really. What's necessary, though, is having at least one every console generation, so the series remains accessible. During the entire series' lifetime, I have only seen 2 Sonic games that became 2 good ambassador games, Sonic 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. These 2 games are the business card of the series. Sonic 2 was the guardian of the classic era when Sonic was evolving within the Sega ecosystem, but everyone remembers this game even without being Sega consumers. There's a huge chance that Sonic 2 was your very first contact with the series, if you were a kid from the 90s and not a natural Sega gamer. After several installments, an ambassador game also becomes a door for the newcomers. Sonic Adventure 2 was the first significant Sonic game for the consumers outside of the Sega universe, and they chose that game wisely. You may wonder why they chose Adventure 2 over the first one. That's because Sonic Adventure 1 is not a good ambassador game. You have to be a fan to appreciate its qualities, which are mostly about being able to interact with the mythos of Sonic 3. Sonic Adventure 2, on the other hand, has everything to be a good ambassador game. It's accessible story-wise because it focuses on Mythos editions. The game is easy enough to be inviting. It has engaging content anyone can appreciate. And finally, it is confident about its essence. One of the problems with current Sonic is that they're still trying to make a new ambassador game that can replace Sonic Adventure 2 and bring some enthusiasm back. But every time they've tried that, at least one point within the list I previously mentioned was missing. The closest a modern game has come to being an ambassador game was Sonic Unleashed, mostly because of the opening, and that's about it. It's sad, because that opening was a good ambassador on its own. It was playing mostly on Sonic's general knowledge, so outsiders can understand what the game's about, and be entertained with all the spectacle. If Sonic Unleashed failed to be in that ambassador game, it's because the game is too hard and the content not engaging enough. Everything after the glorious opening just falls flat and lacks of energy, and you have to go through the whole game to witness a spark of life during the last boss. Sonic Colors had the ambition to be the next ambassador game. It was easy enough, but its kiddie comedy content does not engage the average person, and its lack of confidence for the Sonic essence started an ongoing decline, one we are now witnessing. Then Boom also had the ambition to be the next ambassador game, but instead it became the anti-ambassador game. It became the sole proof that nobody had any kind of respect for what the series is about, and it repulsed pretty much everyone. Sega needs a new game that establishes what the series is and attracts people to it. And in order to achieve this, they must look at what they did wrong in their previous attempts to make their new game accessible for fans and non-fans alike. There is no significant clash between the fans and newcomers. The only difference is the level of exposure and general knowledge of the series, and this should vanish over time in a normal situation. What Sega is looking for is new fans for a long-term ride, after all. When you think about it, we basically share the same taste for many types of content. If you're a fan of Sonic, it's because you already have a taste for cheesy, fun action movie tropes. The average person already likes that kind of stuff. Superhero movies are really popular and aren't that different from what Sonic's about. People, including kids, like action, badass content, special effects. Sega should look at this instead of sitcom comedy to grab people's attention. Maybe the movie can become a good ambassador in that perspective. Sonic in an action movie goes well with the essence of the series, since Sonic's content is inspired by movies in the first place. They'll try to reach people with potential affinities to the series instead of changing the series into something it's not, in hopes to attract a crowd that doesn't like Sonic anyway. In conclusion, while a good game would certainly help Sonic, simply being good isn't enough. The game must both work as a solid game for newcomers and old fans alike, and become a jumping point for the next few games, so the devs can expand on it, and so the new and old fan base will follow the series through the console generation. Such a game can be made with enough dedication, creativity, and spirit. True Sonic spirit. This has been Wrecked. I'm out.